Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Rae. A story out of the UK. The UK Home Office deported 13 men to Jamaica despite the campaigns to stop the deportation. So documents logged into the High Court of the UK by the Home Office stated its intentions to deport up to 50 men back to Jamaica, but only 13 were deported and the rest were granted a last-minute reprieve after a legal challenge. So a number of others due to be on board are said to have been granted a reprieve after the ministry acknowledged that they had been victims of modern slavery. Campaigns against this deportation were spearheaded by at least 82 public figures who came together to write to the airlines, arguing them not to operate this home affairs flight. The signatories included Naomi Campbell, historian David Olusoga, actors Naomi Harris, Athanda Newton, as well as lawyers, broadcasters, NGO chiefs, among others. So very many celebrities, came together for this cause. They wrote a letter and sent it to at least 6 airlines known to have previously worked with the Home Affairs Office of the UK on deportation charter flights, and the letter was arguing the airline chiefs to refuse to operate this deportation flight in case they had been approached by the Home Office to carry it out. It also went on further to ask them to pause the operation of deportation flights that may happen in the foreseeable future. Several non-governmental organizations, dozens of solicitors, barristers, including 11 Queen's Councils, signed a letter saying that the deportation was unlawful, unjust, and racist. More than 60 MPs and peers signed a letter to the Home Secretary, Priti Patel, that's her name, calling for the flight to be cancelled, and a petition from Barack UK BEM Lawyers for Justice attracted more than 180,000 signatories, all trying to make sure that this deportation doesn't happen. A series of legal challenges were launched in the days before the flight, many of which succeeded, fortunately. To give a bit of context to this story, charter flights to Jamaica are very controversial in the UK because of the Windrush scandal that happened, and some people earmarked for deportation came to the UK as children and have lived in the country of decades. Like it's their country, they have established families over the time. So, but they just take it all away from you. So the Windrush scandal happened in 2018, and it was concerning people who were wrongly detained, denied legal rights, threatened with deportation, and at least 83 of them were wrongly deported from the UK by the Home Affairs Department. Many of those had been born British subjects and had arrived in the UK before 1973, particularly from the Caribbean countries as members of the Windrush generation. So the word Windrush came from the Windrush Empire, which was a ship that brought the first group of West Indian migrants in the UK in 1948. More were deported and no number of them were detained. Many lost their jobs and their families as well, or were denied medical benefits to which they were entitled. So a number of long-term UK residents were refused re-entry into the UK, and very unjust system against black people. Back to this story, a legal attempt was made by 2 kids who are siblings. They brought a case on behalf of their dad, and they were arguing that the Home Office had failed to properly assess the best interests of children whose parents were about to be deported. The children are hoping to secure an injunction preventing the flight from leaving until an assessment had been carried out in cases of all the kids that were going to be separated from their fathers. Unfortunately, the case did not succeed and their dad was deported. Another letter from a 10-year-old boy was addressed to a judge, and he hoped that the judge would remove his father from this deportation list. I'm going to quote the boy's words. He said, "People are making decisions about my dad. When they grew up, they probably had a dad. The decisions they make mean I won't have a dad with me." So it is quite a sad story because it's just very unjust, towards the black people, and it hurts the family, because when you break up families, like that's where all the mess, starts from, because kids, this is painful to them already as a child, so definitely carry on that pain even when they are an adult because it has affected them. It happens to be a difficult time for everyone, with COVID going on, with the lockdowns, you know, with the economic situations happening, people have lost jobs, people don't have money. So it's a terrible time, you know. And when family breaks up, because if you're to raise right up citizens, you know, are going to be responsible tomorrow, all these things start from home. So kids need to grow up in a family where there is a dad, a mom, and, you know, everyone is present. So when they mess the family, they just mess up an entire, you know, generation. So it's just, unfortunately, it's just an unjust system that is always against black people for some reason, you know. There were so many petitions, you know, so many signatures. Yeah, but the Home Office said, whatever, we are just going to carry out this deportation anyways. Of course, we can only keep standing up, you know, for ourselves. We can't stop fighting, you know. Share your thoughts in the comment section and let us know what you think about this particular story. Check out my YouTube channel at Rae Kembabazi, my Instagram also at Rae Kembabazi, and see you on the next story. Bye.